Most people plan vacations. Apparently, I plan mechanical suffering. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And this summer, we're planning another cross-country trip. 2,500 miles, 46-year-old motorcycle, and a lot of bad decisions. The first big adventure was the 1983 Kawasaki GPZ1100. A motorcycle that had been left outside for 10 years without spark plugs. Rainwater in the cylinders. Yeah, that's all water, look. Okay, how long before we get some oil? It's still coming out. So that's 2 quarts so far of water. That's 3 plus. Is there some oil in here? Do we have any? I'm gonna need a bigger bucket. Definitely gonna need a bigger boat. Naturally, we got it running and decided, yeah, we should ride it to Colorado. And somehow, against all logic, it made it. There's something magical about riding an old motorcycle across the country. Every weird noise becomes a conversation. Every gas stop becomes a story.
1969.
1969 is your great-grandfather's truck?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. This is perfect. Then, because I'm a glutton for punishment, we decided it was a good idea to ride a Honda CB360 that BJ from Brickhouse Builds had rescued from a salvage yard from St. Louis to Slidell, where we are, in the middle of winter. When I left, it was 22 degrees. 22. If I would have factored in the wind chill factor, I wouldn't have done it. But I'm not smart enough to do that. Every mile felt like survival. Cold wind, questionable motorcycle, questionable decisions. Okay guys, just crossed the mighty Mississippi into from Arkansas into Mississippi, and now I am at I'm just outside of Clarksdale, Mississippi, heading home. And the humidity level has dropped tremendously. It's not as cold. I say it's not as cold. Currently, right now, I think it's... currently, right now, it's 28 degrees. But it feels like 20 is what the feels like is. Which is colder than what it was when I left. And that was about 60 miles ago. So yeah, let's just keep pounding away at it. So now it brings us to our next adventure that we have planned for this summer. Over 2,500 miles, 46-year-old motorcycle that I know very little about. It is 2,500 miles away from home where I live. So we have to fly there and get it. A subscriber and more about this motorcycle in coming episodes, but a subscriber reached out and said, hey, I've got this motorcycle. If you want it, you just got to come get it. And the bad thing is it's 2,500 miles away, but that's a good thing because we get an adventure out of the deal. And, you know, I get the question a lot of times, well, Eric, aren't you afraid it's going to break down? I pretty much know it's going to break down. I pretty much expect it to break down. I'm not afraid of it breaking down. I'm not concerned, meaning not because I'm some wizard and I can fix it. No, what's the worst thing happen? I mean, what's the worst thing happen? It break down? Yeah, it's probably going to break down. I believe the worst thing happen is I stay here and I don't go. I love the nervousness, the anxiety, all that stuff when you throw your leg over and commit to the go, right? You commit to going. When I jumped on the GPZ here that Tuesday morning, I got to take a moment just to let you guys know. I took that left-hand turn off my road onto the main road where I run so many laps on these old motorcycles, and I just started tearing up, and you know, hadn't quite figured out what it is. I think it's the realization that when I made that left-hand turn is I'm doing this, that this is happening. I don't know where the day's going to take us, but I know which way we're heading. And that was just one of those moments, guys. And I challenge every one of you guys to have one too. So let's get at this sucker. I'd never done this before, never ridden cross country in my life, and never just gone. And Carrie walks me out, and I just go. I remember making the left-hand turn onto the main road in our neighborhood and was just like overcome with this emotion, like I'm doing it. Because it's not, how do I put this? I don't want to sound all hippy-dippy and all this stuff, but it's the doing the things that cause you pause, right? So many people said it was a horrible idea. It was a horrible idea. Riding a 1983 Kawasaki GPZ1100 to Colorado and back, I'd never done it before. I didn't know what I didn't know. The classic example of ignorance is bliss. I was blissfully ignorant. But the great thing is that you have to figure it out. You just do it. You know, I mean, really, what's the worst thing that happened? The worst thing that would have happened for me that Tuesday morning, because there were lots of reasons why I shouldn't have done it. I rode it for the first time the Sunday before I left. And it's, if you don't go, what happens? You know, the shoulda, coulda, woulda, all over the place. And I didn't want to deal with that. And the same thing with the frozen 360. My wife dropped me off. We were on vacation in Missouri, so we drove. She dropped me off there. Her and my son and his wife drove home. I mean, she dropped me off, turned around and drove back because they had their long drive home. And a horrible idea. That's a horrible idea. Riding a CB360 700 plus miles home, yeah, it was awful. And then you pile it on the middle of the winter. Both of them were great. For their own reasons. The 360 Adventure was frozen. I'd never been so cold in my whole life. And it was just bad. It was bad news. But you know what? You get up and you do it every day. So this one has its unique challenges because this is the first time I'm going to have to fly. I sorted out the GPZ here before I left. BJ had the CB360 running. They had already put 100 miles on it, so I was pretty confident that it was gonna do. This one we don't know, so we're gonna have to ship parts out to where we're going. We're gonna have to get it sorted, put tires on, chain, all the other stuff to make it safe. Figure out, you know, clean the car, all that other stuff. Make sure it runs. If not, if it doesn't run, that kind of is my way home. I mean, I could buy another plane ticket, but that wouldn't be as much fun. But just really have to plan that one. And for me, I've got to plan it, which is odd for me because I typically don't do that. I typically don't do that so much. I mean, I've got a point A and a point B and where the day takes you in between. But this one, because there's kind of space between places, we're going to need to think a little bit more, plan our gas routes and all that other stuff just to make sure we can actually make it home safely. And figure out where we're going to camp, figure out where possibly we could find some support, which we'll be getting into that a little later as we move forward. But I'm so stoked about this. This is going to be loads of fun. Right now it's me trying to, which is so contrary to kind of the way I typically do things. I've got to load a parts cannon to ship it out there just so I can sort it out in case something happens, because it's not in the best possible place to source things easily. So I want to make sure I can get everything I need and at least plan ahead. So I've been kind of thinking about that. And yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. So you guys stick around. This one, it's going to be loads of fun. There'll be more on the bike in an upcoming, as we get closer. We're not going to do this till the summer. We have another grandbaby that's due end of June, beginning of July sometime. So it's not going to be till after that, before, because you never know. Don't want to leave before and then baby comes early and I've got to be here for that. So that's kind of where we are, but we've got a mad, crazy adventure happening. So in the meantime, we will be doing some moto camping on the little CT110 to think about what we need to pack to take on this adventure, because I'm assuming we're going to be doing some camping along the way. Let me know about your cross-country trips, or the ones you want to take, or the ones you wish you would have taken, or the ones you have planned. Let me know about those down below. And as always, guys, I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.
Yeah. There's some mouth spread out on the old workbench. Coffee ring stains and a busted wrench. Laptop open, looking at cheap plain fares. Trying to pretend like this tramp's prepared. Got a notebook full of just in case it tires, spark plugs and duct tape. 46 years old and sitting for years. Yeah, this whole thing sounds completely sane from here, but I said that last time too. Right before we rolled on through. One more bad idea, rolling down the line. 46 years old and we're trusting it just fine. Plane ticket in my pocket, two back by my side. If it blows up halfway home, at least we know we tried. One more bad idea, chasing white lines home. Old bikes run better when they ain't alone. Little smoke, little noise, little gasoline pride. Yeah, that's the sound of one more bad idea tonight. First one was that old GPZ, 10 years outside underneath the trees. No spark plugs, rain down in the hole. Still in Colorado somehow, I'm told. And BJ saved that CB360. Salvage on commercial, looking rough and dirty. 22 degrees when I pulled away. Still don't know what I was thinking that day. Guess some lessons never stick. Chrome and bad decisions mix too quick. One more bad idea, rolling down the line. 46 years old and we're trusting it just fine. Plane ticket in my pocket, two back by my side. If it blows up halfway home, at least we know we tried. One more bad idea, chasing white lines home. Old bikes run better when they ain't alone. Little smoke, little noise, little gasoline pride. Yeah, that's the sound of one more bad idea tonight. Rude planned out with a highlighter pen, but old motorcycles laugh at plans. Can't pack enough luck in a saddlebag, but we're gonna try anyway. One more bad idea, somewhere down the road. Sleeping where we land and carrying half the load. Every mile earned with grease and time. Trying to outrun a roadside breakdown sign. Bad idea. Yeah, the engine's alive. Might not make sense, but man, that's the ride. Little crazy, never stop this guy. So here's to one more bad idea tonight. Maps folded up, kickstand down, and another old motorcycle story starts now.